Hello everybody and welcome to today's class. I just say it is the most beautiful day in Paris and I am feeling full of energy and ready to film some exciting classes for you. So, as you can see, I've got my beautiful water bottle here. The reason for that is we're going to be using something like this. So the bottle is actually filled with water to make it a bit heavier. So if you've got a water bottle like this at home, or if you've got a big jar or something, if you've got a wine bottle, that's also fine, something like that. We're going to be using it as a weight for our lunges. How exciting. So, starting off, we're going to go straight into it. I want you to bring 1 foot forward, so I'm going to put my left foot forward. Right foot is going to come back. I'm still going to try and square my hips as much as possible, so I'm not twisting through the body like this. And I'm going to bring my left hand, so same hand as leg, obviously, onto my hip. From here, I'm going to bend my supporting leg a little bit, and I'm going to just lift my back toes up off the floor. So from here, I'm going to lengthen this arm down towards the floor. My head is just in line with my the top of my spine. My shoulders are relaxed. So I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to hinge down through my hips, keeping this bend in my supporting leg, taking the bottle down to the floor. And then I'm going to breathe out. I'm going to really push into my heel and come all the way back up again. And again, coming down. Down, 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 trying to keep the hips square, keeping the bend in the knee, and then pushing into the heel to come all the way up. So I'm not going to make you stare at your toes because that may put you off, but can you just feel what the toes are doing at the moment? So we don't want them to be doing that sort of like claw, death grip onto the floor. Otherwise you'll probably find that the glute doesn't kick in quite as effectively as it could. So all the weight we want to push through the heel, thinking about it being sent all the way up into the glute, squeezing the glute as well as you come up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now obviously this weight we have in this hand isn't particularly heavy, but that's what I want. I don't want it to be really, really heavy. You can of course make it a little bit heavier if you want to. It's going to hopefully just fire this guy up. But if you're new to any of this and you're feeling it especially a lot more in your calf, then please keep the weight light. Only increase the weight if glute is already firing. Good. So very common for you to feel a little bit more into that calf muscle at the bottom, and also the ankle to be moving around trying to stabilize as much as possible. All very normal, all fine to be feeling, but in the end, we just want this guy to be really going for it. Let's go for 2 more. Abs are in as well, of course, otherwise you'll fall over like I almost did just then. Okay, last time, coming down. Down, 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 dropping down. And then from here, coming up, now, still on this leg, bending through the knee. I want you to lengthen this arm up towards the ceiling, and we're just going to bring this knee up and then bring it down. And again, breathe out to bring it up. Breathe in to bring it down. Now I'm really using my core to lift, belly button to spine and lower. So I've got a little bit of a tuck of the tailbone underneath, drawing it in and releasing. So think about doing up those jeans after Christmas Day lunch every time. Good, good, good. Keep that bend in the supporting leg. Weight should be through the heel. Toes should not be holding onto the floor for dear life. Relaxing the shoulders. Let's go for another 5. Squeeze that side. For me, it's my left. 4, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice. And 3. Is your supporting knee wobbling around like mine? Last 2. Okay, last time, coming up and holding here. We're going to pulse down on the supporting leg for 10, 9, 8. Wait through the heels. 7, 6. Still breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming down, and let's just shake this side out. So like I said before, very normal to feel it around the ankle and down at the bottom of the calf. We'll give the calf a little bit of a stretch actually, so take it back, and then we'll do the glute. So you may also have one side that activates a lot faster and you just find easier in general. That's so normal. For me, I definitely feel more calf on that side. When we do this side, I'll probably really feel that glute starting to burn. And stretching more through the short calf muscle here, which really gets down the bottom, which I quite like. And then I'm just going to take this leg across, come into a little bit of a standing stretch, opening up through here. If you're really struggling with balance and that was just like a complete disaster in terms of balance, then if you do have anything like a casual pole at home or a long stick, I'm trying to think now about reasonable things you might have in your house, something tall you can hold onto. I mean, you can even put a chair, as long as it's kind of like the right height, you can put your hand on it and do it like that and just have that a little bit for stability. That's no problem, especially if you're starting off, and standing on one leg is actually really, really hard. People don't realize how hard standing on one leg actually is. And that's why I often start off with a balance of my classes, because I want people to concentrate and be present straight away. So there's no better way to do that than to make you stand on one leg or to come up onto your toes or close your eyes or any of that. So there is some method behind my madness. Okay, other side. Taking the leg back. So just kind of sitting everything up nicely. Want to feel like the core is engaged. Want to have that little bend into my knee here. My weight is in my other hand, and from here I'm relaxing the shoulders, and I'm just going to lift that back leg off. So I'm trying to just release the toes, weight through the heel. From here I'm going to breathe in as I lower down towards the floor, as if I'm going to put the bottle on the floor, and then I'm going to breathe out, squeezing that glute as I come back up again. And again, let's go. Coming down, breathing in. Good. And breathing out as I come back up. Let's go, coming down. Don't worry too much about what that back leg is doing, because I prefer that you focus on other things for now, like the squeezing of the glute, the weight in the heel, making sure the abs are on, shoulders are relaxed, breathing, just a few things. But don't worry about range of that back leg. Don't lift it too high, otherwise you'll find your hips just go a little bit skew with, and I prefer they were kept as even as possible. Good, good, good. You may find you can go down further on the side, or obviously you may find the opposite. Coming down. If you really do struggle with activating glutes, this is a very good exercise. This is one actually that physio recommended for me, because I have a little bit of problems with activating my left side. Even the instructor has problems. Lots of problems. Okay, we're going for 4 more just like this. Pushing, pushing into the heel. Good, last 3. Nice. Push, 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 push. And again, just trying to maintain that knee in line with the toes. Last 2. Make sure the knee is still bent as well. Ooh, I can really feel this right side kicking in. So great feeling the glutes activate. Last time. Okay, from here I'm drawing my core in even more, tucking the tailbone under a little bit, lengthening this arm up towards the ceiling. Yes. Breathing in, on the breath out, bringing the knee up, and then breathing in as I lower. And again, breathing out to bring it up. Making sure the shoulders stay relaxed even with your weight overhead. Good. Breathe out to bring it up. Breathe in to release. I can actually feel my obliques trying to work hard. They're contracting a little bit. So I'm doing up my jeans. Keeping the bend in the supporting leg. Making sure the toes haven't gone crazy. Let's go for 3. Nice. And 2. Okay, last time. We're going to come up. Holding here, and here goes our little bends into our supporting leg for 10. 9, shoulders relaxed, 8, 7, still breathing, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing that off. Just going to pop the bottle here. Straight away I'm just going to go into a little bit of a calf stretch, which feels good. Hopefully don't fall over. Nice. And bringing that foot in a little bit. Short calf muscle always feels good to stretch out the bottom of the leg. If you think about how much work those calves have to do every day, it's crazy. And then crossing this over. Nice. So hopefully we're feeling very much involved with our body now. So we're going to go into some roll downs and then into a lovely plank-based set. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so feet hip width and parallel, hands just down by our side, chest is nice and open, breathing in, and on the breath out, bringing the chin to the chest, rolling the shoulders forward, and slowly coming down to the floor, one vertebra at a time. Let that head hang nice and heavy like a bowling ball, opening up through your lower back, slowly stretching and lengthening through the backs of the legs. Doesn't matter if you can't touch the floor, breathing in, and on the breath out, slowly coming all the way up. So push into those heels just like before. I want you to think about squeezing the glutes as you come up, and I also want you to think about lighting up through those inner thighs as well. So engaging through the insides of the legs. Here we go, chin to chest, shoulders forward, down, down, down. Relaxing the head at the bottom. Good. Breathing in, and on the breath out, squeezing the glutes and slowly starting to lift. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Okay, we've got one more to go, and then we're going to go straight out into our plank. Up on our hands today, but you know that if you need to adapt, you can anytime. And if you ever need an extra variation that I haven't gone through, or you just don't know enough variations, please just message me and I give you them all. Let's go. Coming down. Head relaxed. All the way down. From here, letting the knees just naturally fall a little bit. Walking out into our full plank. Hands under shoulders. Shoulder blades are engaged. Head is nice and long. Abs are drawn in. Got my tight jeans on. Okay. I'm just going to hold here just for a moment. Just feeling great. Feeling strong. I want you to think about the weight going through the palms of the hands. Your elbows, your arms are straight, but your elbows have got a little bit of softness to them, so they're not completely locked. Or maybe you have your elbows under your shoulders. Maybe your knees are on the floor, but just make sure you're still in that diagonal position with your hips. We're not here, and we're definitely not here either. Okay, from here, we're just going to take one foot out to the side, and then bring it in, then the other side. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Good. So we're already engaging through our obliques, trying to keep nice and even through the body. Good. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, from here I'm going to go for a little bit of a cross. Crossing up, coming down. Crossing up, coming down. Good. So again, engaging the obliques just in a slightly different way. Draw the belly button in. Try and keep the hips low. Don't let those hips start to go up towards the ceiling. And then after this one, we're going to combine the two together. So I'm going to go out and in, cross, release, other side. Oh, whoops, I did it back to front. Interesting. Out and in, crossing, releasing, other side, out and in, crossing, releasing. It's really good when the instructor doesn't know her own sequence. Good. You can really feel those obliques going for it. Keep going just like so. If you are down on your forearms, out and in, you can still bring that knee up, no problem. Good, good, good. Option if you're on your knees, just go out and in, tuck, release, other side, out and in, tuck, release. Just totally up to you, whatever feels kind of best. Variation wise, you can also just hold. Last time with this, holding our plank for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and dropping the knees and just resting for a moment, maybe just coming to a bit of a child's pose, or just letting your hands just kind of relax out and just rolling the shoulders. Cool, so that was very much focused lower down and also to the sides. Now I'm just going to just take you through an exercise which involves more stability in your upper region of the abdominal muscles. I do not know why I had the desire to put on that weird voice for that, but anyway. So coming back, ideally on the hands if we can. So we're going to be bringing our hands forward and back, really stabilizing through here. If you find it really hard to keep the hips low, just take your feet out a little bit wider. So the wider the base, the foundation, the easier it will be. Cool? I'll give you a variation if you're down on your forearms as well. So coming up, I'm going to take my feet a little bit wide. So I'm coming forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. So just continue like that. If you're down here, just coming forward like so, and then back, forward, and back, and try and get some good range. Breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. Otherwise, like before, feet a little bit wider. Out, out. Try and lead with a different hand each time if possible. Good. Also, we're not just favoring our strong side, and I'm sure you know which side is your strong side. We're going for 2 more sets. Out, out, still breathing, hopefully. Last time, and then holding in that plank position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then dropping the knees. And again, coming back into a little bit of a child's pose and just letting the hands just relax out and rolling the shoulders and all that jazz. Perfect. Okay, we're going to come into a 4-point kneeling little series. So, since we have our little weight or our wine bottle or whatever we're using, you can let me know if you like your preferred weight. I mean, everyone knows that I like using peanut butter jars, but unfortunately, the peanut butter is well, there's no full jars left, is what I can say. So I couldn't use that. Anyway, enough of that. I'm coming into 4-point. The weight's just going to be off to the side. So let's just set up nicely. Let's just, since we've done those planks, go through some cat stretches. So separating the shoulder blades, chin to chest, creating space here. Breathing in, and then on the breath out, going the other way. Belly button to the floor, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And again, coming up, head relaxes. And then the other way. Let's do 1 more in each direction. Up. And down. Good, good, good. Okay, so I'm going to take my weight into my right hand, and I'm therefore going to lift my opposite leg. You can try doing the same leg as hand if you want. I've tried many a time and it doesn't work. So extend the opposite leg. Really work on trying to keep the hips even. This is a hard thing even for me, especially on one side. I find that the hip naturally goes up like this, and for me this feels like normal. This is even. But if you have a mirror or if you have someone else to let you know, then they will probably tell you it's not. So just be as aware as possible through the body. And from here, I want you just to lengthen your weight out in front of you. Awesome. So from here, we're going to go into the diagonal. We're going to breathe in on the breath out, coming out to the side, and then coming back in. Now with this weight in my hand, I can immediately feel my left oblique working really, really hard to keep me stable. So as I go out to the side, I don't end up doing this. Good, good, good. So you can make your diagonal as big or as small as you like, just keeping nice and still and stable through your core. Make sure the head is just nice and long. Don't let the head drop down to the floor. Okay, let's go for 3. Breathing. Last 2. And then last time, taking it out to the side, holding here for me, just holding. And we're going to just pulse up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now last time, come back to center with your leg, but come right out to the side with your arm. We're going to go for a twist. So I'm going to bring my weight underneath. I'm going to bend through my left arm a little bit more, and then I'm going to push up through the hand and then take the weight out to the side. And again, coming down. Now we have done a similar series to this before in class, but without the weight. So you're more than welcome to do this without the weight, especially if you're finding this twist a little bit too much. Your balance is not quite working out as well as you'd like it to. But this is for people who would like a little bit more of a challenge as well to have the weight. Good. Reaching, we'll bend through the elbow and coming back out. Let's go for 4. Last 3. I don't know if the microphone is picking up my water, just kind of lolling around in here. Last 2. It's a good thing I don't need to go to the bathroom. Last time. Holding it out to the side, little circles just with this arm, round and round, relaxing the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the other direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then bringing everything back in. Let's just have a little bit of a stretch out through this supporting hand. So taking the fingers back, always such a good stretch, this one. I recommend you try and do the stretch multiple times a day anyway, just because we spend so much time kind of doing all this or this. Fantastic. Okay, other side. Let's compare and contrast. So, sitting up, making sure the knees are under the hips to start with, relaxing through those shoulders and sending the opposite leg away, lifting up, hopefully nice and even. Got our jeans on, abs are engaged. Taking my arm out in front, setting the shoulder. Remember, if you do need to put anything under your knees, no problem. Roll up the mat or something, if that makes it a little bit more comfortable for you. A little bit of softness into the supporting elbow, breathing in, on the breath out to the side, and then breathe in as you come back to center. And again, breathing out to the side, breathing into center. Good, keeping everything nice and under control as you take it out and in. Out to the side and in. Good. Breathing out. Breathing in. Engaging through those obliques. Nice. Okay, let's go for a few more just like so. A little warm up. Let's go for another 3. Last 2. Then last time out to the side, holding here. Hair guy little lifts up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Squeeze the glute as well. 3, 2, and 1. Leg back to center. Arm out to the side. Here we go. Twisting, coming down, down, down. Reaching that bottle out to the side, or whatever you have, and then come out. You may actually have like a normal dumbbell, like a 1 kg or a 2 kg. I don't know. But we're working with those who don't. It's like, do I have to have these weird objects when I actually have a proper weight at home? No, you don't. But I don't know, you may be doing this in a random hotel room right now. Raid that mini bar. Get all the objects out. Good. Nice. Reaching, presenting. Make sure there's that softness in your supporting arm if you can. And don't be alarmed if one side's a little bit more wobbly than the other. Very normal. Let's go for 3. Good. Last 2. Nice. Okay, last time. And coming up, little circles with that arm for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back the other way for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then coming all the way in. Again, I'm just going to pop this off to the side, and I'm just going to stretch out through this arm, through this wrist. Good, good, good. A little bit of tightness in there, I can feel. And it's having a little bit of a shoulder roll. Okay, enough time spent up on our knees and on our hands, I think. So I'm going to come now into my half curl down position, and I'm going to just let my legs come out in front of me. So flexing the feet, letting the hands come out nice and long as if I'm reaching for someone's hands in front of me. Really lengthening through the back. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Breathing in. On the breath out, just tucking the tailbone under, keeping heavy through my heels as I slide down to my half curl down position. Trying to stay as relaxed as you can through the legs, drawing in through here, breathing in, and on the breath out, slowly coming back up again. And let's go. Tucking under, melting down, holding here, breathing in, and then on the breath out, coming up. Okay, last time, tucking under, coming down, holding here. Right, from here, I'm just going to open my arms out to the side as I breathe out, and then breathe in as I bring them back in. And I'm imagining I'm taking my arms through some resistance, which is really great. Through that sticky toffee, through that crunchy peanut butter, which I've almost finished now. I'm really sad. It's my last jar for a while. They really do need to bring Pix peanut butter to France. I'm onto them all the time about it, but we haven't quite got there. Okay, let's go for 3 more. Breathing out, drawing the belly button in and releasing. Last 2. A little bit shaky this morning for me. Last time, I'm going to hold my arms out here. Okay, if you can, you're going to lift one leg up and lower it down. Other side, breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower, breathing out to lift. Good. I've got my toes pointed because I'm really shooting energy through here. Maybe you need to have your legs bent in and just lift them up like so. That's also fine if the hip flexors are going crazy. Adjust your back position if you need to as well. I'm going to go for another 4. Relax the shoulders. 3. Good. 2. And then last time. And then coming all the way up. Okay, guess what's going to happen now? I'm going to grab my weight again. So we're going to use it just to get into the obliques a little bit more, which I love doing in case you hadn't realized. Obliques, triceps, inner thighs, I just feel it all really satisfying muscles to work, because often when you do, I don't know, standard gym workouts or all that kind of stuff, you don't get into these muscles. And then you do Pilates and bar and all that stuff, and you're like, whoa, these little muscles I didn't know I had. They're so powerful and they're so, so important. We know inner thighs, I'm not going to go into a whole rant of that, but like, they're just so important, okay? Inner thighs for knee pain, backs of the arms, back, upper back in general, and obliques just for, just everything. Right, weight is in my right hand, taking it out in front of me. I'm going to keep my knees a little bit bent for this, just so the hip flexors don't kick in. Coming down to my half curl down position. From here, I'm going to just turn my palm up towards the ceiling, and I'm just going to pull it back like so, reaching this hand a little bit further forward. This elbow is coming back and then coming back to center. Same side, pulling in and then releasing. Breathing out to pull, breathing in to release. And even though you've got the weight, I want you to think about it almost being on an elastic. So there's tension, there's resistance attached, and you can feel that as you really dig in here. Good. Let's go for 4. Nice. Last 3. Last 2. Okay, last time. I'm going to come back. From here, I'm going to lift this leg up a little bit. If you want, you can extend it too, but I'm just going to hang that just hanging out here. From here, I'm going to turn my arm like so. I'm going to breathe out, present, breathe and draw it in. Breathe out, present, breathe and bring it in. Good. Whoa, I can really feel it really wrap around to both obliques, which is just fantastic. Cool. Let's go for 3. Nice. Last 2. Last time. And then from here, de-rotating and coming all the way back up. Little shimmy shake through there. That was a great set. I'm going to just turn around so you can see it from the other side, because otherwise I'm just presenting to the sofa, which I'm sure the sofa is excited about. And now I get here a lovely view of looking at the Sacré-Cœur. I have to say, I'm really excited about the idea in a few weeks' time, maybe even a few weeks' time, of doing some up on the roof and showing you the view of Paris. But at the moment, it's still a little bit cold. Just walking here this morning, it was such a stunning morning. It was still only like 3 degrees. My hands were so cold, I could barely like turn the key to get in. Anyway, that's exciting to come. Reaching the arms out in front of you, coming down into your C curve. From here, I am just going to pull back as I twist and then release. And again, breathing out to pull, breathing in to release. And again, coming back and releasing. Breathing out to pull, breathing in to release. Breathing out to pull, breathing in to release. And I can feel this guy already starting to kick in. Let's go for another 3. Last 2. Okay, last time I'm going to come back. I'm holding here. I'm going to lift this leg up, just kind of have it just hanging out, however you see fit. Turning the arm, here I'm going, breathing out, presenting, breathing in to come back in. Good. Breathing out, send it away, breathing in to come in. Relaxing the shoulders as much as you can. Good, good, good. Let's go for 4. Really feel both of those obliques going for it. Last 3. And in. Nice. Last 2. Perfect. Last time. And then derotating and coming all the way out. And just relaxing your weight off. Let's just open through the hips a little bit. Gonna take my feet, pulling my feet in, and just letting myself relax forward. Excellent. Okay, so from here we are going to come down to the floor. So I'm going to lengthen my legs out nice and long again, and in a lovely Pilates manner, I'm going to go through my full curl down position. So up tall, relaxing the shoulders, breathing in, and on the breath out, separating the shoulder blades, tucking the tailbone under, and slowly coming down. 1 vertebra at a time, be nice and heavy through the legs. Taking those arms up, this should feel quite good. Try not to puff out too much through the chest. Stay nice and grounded in your neutral spine. And then just let the arms just come down, because we're going to go straight away into a side lying inner thigh series. So, setting up with this arm underneath me, elbow is under shoulder, and I am just going to bring this leg down, and this leg is going to be lengthened nice and long. You do also have the option to lift your leg up like that if that feels better for you. However, what I do find with the leg lifted like that is that you end up using this leg a little bit too much and not enough here. We want the magic to all be coming from in here as opposed to pushing into the floor here. So there are some options, but you just have to be just very mindful and aware of what's going on with the body. The other option for this is to lie completely down on the floor with this arm stretched out in the air, glued to the shoulder. So that's also a good option, but this one keeps the obliques active. And I've already said 1,000 times today how much I like working the obliques. Okay, so keeping everything still and stable, flexing the foot, breathing in, and on the breath out, lifting the leg up off the floor, and breathing in to lower down. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. If I put my hand here, I can feel a contraction go on the inside of the leg, which is fantastic. Breathing out to lift, and breathing in to lower. Breathing out to lift, and breathing in to lower. It's not going too far off the ground, but that's absolutely fine. Feels great. So let's go for 4. Nice. Last 3. Good, good, good. Last 2. Okay, last time, coming up and holding here. From here, I'm just going to run my foot backwards and forwards like so. Nice and slow and steady, but trying to keep it horizontal, on that horizontal line if I can, which means not allowing gravity to take over and descending to the floor. Good, good, good. So I kind of have to think about keeping on pushing up towards the ceiling, which is making the leg feel absolutely divine. Let's go for 5. Breathing. 4. 3. Good. 2. Okay, last time, pointing the toe, little circles round and round with that leg. Ooh, it feels great now. Nice. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other direction. Let's go. 5, 4. You can see my legs a little bit uncoordinated. 2. Last time, flexing the foot again, pushing up and just holding here at this top range. Keep pushing up, 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 up. See if you can come up a little bit higher for 8, 7. There's some shaking going on. 6, 5, 4, 3. A little bit higher. 2 and 1. Whew. And just swapping over to the other side. Nice little bit of activation going on there. Okay, coming down to the other side. Again, just setting up with that elbow underneath the shoulder. And what do we have going on here? This leg here, this leg lengthened. Hips are nicely stacked. Okay. Oh yes, with your weight for your arm, if you are up on your elbow like so, just make sure you try and push a little bit more weight into this hand as well. Breathing in and on the breath out, coming up. That's just so that the weight doesn't all go into the elbow and shoot up into your shoulder, which can be quite uncomfortable for obvious reasons. Breathing out to come up, breathing in to lower, breathing out to lift, and breathing in to lower. Good, good, good. Lifting up and lowering down. Nice. Lifting up and lowering. You may still be feeling a little bit through this side just because it was very, very activated just before. So trying to relax as much as you can. Good. Breathing out and breathing in. Up, up, up. And one side may be harder to turn on. That's really, really normal. So you might again want to put light finger touch here and just see, can you feel I can't talk anymore. Can you feel a contraction happening as you lift up? Can be something really, really small. The contraction should actually be able to happen even without you lifting your leg off the ground. If I put my fingers here, I'm thinking about lifting it, but I'm not going to. I can feel the muscle going whoop. That's a good sound. Let's go. 5. Nice. Last 4. Fantastic. 3. And 2. Okay, last time coming up, holding here. This is running the foot forward and back along that horizontal plane. Trying to keep the leg up, up, up. Good. Forward and back. Nice, really lengthen through that leg as much as you can. Fantastic. Let's go for 5 and 4. Good. 3, 2. Last time. Okay, pointing the toe. Here come our little, maybe uncoordinated circles like mine. Let's go for 5, 4. Good. 3. Keep pushing up. 2 and 1, and then the other direction, round and round. Same thing. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flexing the foot again, trying to push, push, push up towards the ceiling. Holding here, might be a little bit of shaky shake going on. Pushing up for 10, 9, 8. Pushing up 7, 6, 5, 4, up, 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 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Okay, and from here, let's just come down on our back, letting those knees just come out to the side, letting gravity just take over for a moment. Trying to relax off as much as you can. Just feel really relaxed through the chest, through the core, through the shoulders and everything, all of the things. And then from here, we'll do a little bit of a happy baby stretch as well, because it's one of my favorites. Therefore, we will do it because I want to. So this helps to open up through the lower back. And if you think about just pushing your soles of your feet into your hands a little bit, opening up through the knees and just rocking a little bit side to side, relaxing off there as much as you can. Opening up that lower back, super important. This is such a nice stretch to do at the end of the day or even in the morning. You don't need to straighten your legs either, so that's a win for lots of people I know. I understand. Okay, from here, carefully bring the legs back down to the floor. Let's have them in parallel position, hip width apart, hopefully in our neutral spine. So just small pocket of air underneath the small of our back, nothing too serious there. I want you just to relax your hands down by your side, chest is nice and open. You're going to breathe in as you tilt your pelvis, so pushing your lower back a little bit more into the floor. Tailbone should start to lift a tiny bit, squeezing the glutes, and let's peel up one vertebra at a time, coming all the way up, pushing those hip bones up to the ceiling, breathing in, and on the breath out, vertebra by vertebra, slowly lengthening all the way back down to the floor. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. So think about squeezing those glutes as you come up. So tilting the pelvis, glutes activated to lift. And here we go. Now I've watched a lot of videos of people doing hip thrusts, bridging, all these kinds of things. I don't know, maybe this will help you. You want to think about your pelvic bone being really offensive. So as you come up, it's sticking up towards the ceiling. So think offensive pubic bone, because you've got that wonderful tilt going on, a little tuck of the pelvis. If you don't get the tilt, what often happens is people feel it in their back, which is why I'm trying to emphasize doing the tilt, then the lift. Good. So hopefully we've got all our offensive pubic bones up towards the ceiling. Let's go one last time. Here we go. Squeeze the glutes coming up, holding up here for me. Now I want you to tilt through the pelvis, so I'm going to just tilt the hips to the right, squeeze the glutes to come back to center, other side, tilting, and then back up. And again, a little bit of a tilt, and then back up. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, good, good. Let's go for another 6 and 5. Maintain the height every time you come back to center. 4, 3, 2, last time, holding here for me and just pulsing those hips up to the ceiling. Squeeze both glutes every time. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last time, holding up here. Holding, holding, holding. I want you to breathe in. On the breath out, lift one leg up into tabletop and then send it down. Other side. Push through this heel to lift the other leg up. Squeeze the glute and bring it down. And again, breathe out to lift. Breathing into lower. Breathing out to lift. And breathing into low. Let's go for 4. Good, like a big march. Last 3. Last 2. Last time, still staying up, and we've got those little dips again with the hips, up and down. Offensive pubic bone up towards the ceiling. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, holding up here, rising up onto the toes if you can. You can bring them in closer towards you, really sending the hips up. And let's go one final set, 10, 9, 8, 7, squeeze the glutes so there's no hamstring cramp. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then very carefully lengthening all the way out. Once you're at the bottom, crossing one leg over like so, bringing the legs in towards you. I'm going to push out a little bit on this hip too. A little bit of external rotation through that hip, which feels good. And then I'm going to cross the legs over, knees together, grabbing the furthest knee away from me and pulling them both into my chest, really trying to open up through the lower back as well. So I feel this in both the glute and in my hip, getting a nice stretch. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. Crossing over, pulling the legs in, pushing out, external rotation. And then coming across and pulling the legs in. Ah, good, 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 good stuff. Okay, I'm just going to untangle myself here. A little bit of momentum coming up to my seated position. I'm just going to go for a little bit of a mermaid type stretch, just to lengthen out through the obliques and into your QL muscles, lower back muscles here. Seems we have done quite a lot of oblique stuff. So find your Z-sit, trying to stay open through the hips if you can, so we're not kind of up like this. And I'm just going to drop down onto one elbow like so, reaching the arm up and over as if someone's pulling onto my fingertips, really trying to lengthen out through here. So I'm going to push and try and expand through this side, if that makes sense. Let the head just be relaxed. And then from here, we're just going to twist, twist, twist. Someone's holding onto those fingers. Lengthen, lengthen. Breathing as much as you can. And then coming back to center. Before we do the other side, we're just going to bring the arms just into the opposite way. Just like so. I want you to think about staying heavy through this hip, lengthening down through here. And just relaxing those shoulders. And then easing out, and let's do the same thing on the other way, on the other side. Okay. Ah, dearie me. Coming down and reaching up. Lengthening, lengthening nice and long. I have to say, I find it a little bit hard sometimes when I've been teaching a lot in French to then suddenly go back to English, which is so strange. So I think I get my English words a little bit confused. If you're in my class though, I'm teaching French, you would definitely think that wasn't so, because I also have to think very hard to teach in French still. Okay, a little bit of a twist coming around. Someone's grabbing hold of those fingers. Twist, twist, twist. You may find you're a little bit tighter one side than the other. That's very normal. And then coming back up the other way. And let's just go for that wonderful stretch this side. So important to remember to stretch out through the sides in the QL, especially if you do have any sort of lower back pain. Get in there. Lengthen those bad boys out. And easing out of that. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to come up through my little Asian squat position. So I'm going to do it front on today, because normally I do it in profile to you. So you're more than welcome to have your feet positioned wide, especially if you're finding it hard to keep your heels down on the floor. So if you're up here, maybe taking it wider might help you. Just making sure the knees are going outwards, or they're tracking in line with the feet and not falling in towards the midline. I'm going to bring my feet in a little bit closer personally. And I'm just going to sit here. My bum is really low. I'm really nice and open through my back. Just chilling out here. I mean, honestly, I feel so comfortable being in this position, and I never used to when I first started doing this. Even when I first started teaching people and telling them to hang out here, I'd be like, yeah, let's hang out here. And inside I'd be like, oh gosh. But now I'm super comfortable here. I really do think one day I'm going to have a squat day, invite everyone around, and we're going to eat dinner like this. But if you're not quite at that comfortable stage yet, just keep working on it. Just keep doing it. Every time I do it in class, do it with me. Okay, I'm going to push into my heels. I'm going to lengthen up. I'm going to just wiggle my feet into parallel, opening through the lower back, breathing in and on the breath out, restacking, nice and slow and steady. Coming up and just going through some really gentle shoulder rolls here, making sure the head is just nice and relaxed as well. There's no tension down the side. And that is us, all done. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm looking forward to having you join me for another class very soon.